was so surprised by Cece's behavior, and I was also surprised by Evelyn's behavior. Like, first of all, when Cece tried to get up and leave, when she tried to catch a plane back to the United States because she didn't want to be bothered with them ladies anymore, she didn't want to be bothered with them talking about what OG has said about Byron not being Thomas's father, and you know, she now got much to say about Evelyn, and so she was calling her names, calling her instigator, dangerous, hood rat, not classy, mean, aggressive. She was calling her all kind of names, and Phoebe was like one of the main ones saying, don't do that, don't say that about her, don't say that about Evelyn. I think they were trying to like warn her, like, okay, you're going a little bit too far, Cece, you don't know who you dealing with right now. Cece just kept going on, well, she is, and she is, and she is this, and she is that, and Malaysia was like, oh, she's classy, she's classy. Cece was like, no, you're classy, she's a hood rat. So anyway, of course, it got back to them, and Shawnee and Evelyn, they were discussing it. They were like, oh yeah, you know, you should approach her about that or confront her about that at dinner tonight. Ev was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna approach her. So when she sat down, and it was like she immediately jumped right into it, she was like, well, Cece, I heard there's a lot of stuff you got to say about me, and I would like you to keep that same energy. Cece did not only keep that same energy, but she had more energy than she even had the night before. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if it was the pep talk that Shawnee gave her, telling her, you got to stop running away from situations. If people confront you about a topic, you have to stay there. You have to say what you got to say, listen to them, clap back if you have to, but you cannot continue walking away or running away from a situation, because that don't resolve anything. So what did she do? Evelyn was like, keep that same energy you had last night. And man, Cece had so much energy, I was shocked. I was like, where did Cece been? All this time people been going at her since what, last season? People been going at her, coming at her left and right. And now we got this Cece. Man, she shut Evelyn up. I was like, okay, hold up, wait a minute. She was like, you are an instigator, you are mean, you are evil, you are this, you all that, and you're a bitch. I was like, okay, Evelyn's about to come across that table, she's about to throw some drinks on Cece, you know. But what happened was, she said her little words, and she's called her a bitch and said, you a bitch. And then Cece was like, that's your favorite word. And Cece was just sitting there all calm and cool, collective. And Evelyn stood up. She was like, no, you're a bitch. And Cece said something to the effect of, that's your favorite word, or that's something you always like to say. And then Evelyn went playground on her. She went grade school on her, talking about, well, you called me that first. I was dead. I was like, Evelyn, is this the best you can do? I mean, I'm not going to call Evelyn a hood rat. I'm not going to confirm that and say I think she's a hood rat. Now, she can be ghetto, and she has over the past been a bully. She has been a bully. We cannot deny that fact. So I was kind of like on Cece's side. I was kind of egging her like, okay, go Cece, go Cece, go. Evelyn, she stood up and everything, and normally, you know, that might work on some newbies, you know, her trying to intimidate people. She stood up and rose up on the table and tried to, you know, wave her head and her fingers and all this kind of stuff. And Cece just sat there like, and I said it, you are a bitch, and what you gonna do about it? I'm like, Shawnee, you should have talked to her a long time ago. You should have talked to Cece a long time ago about her running away from arguments and running away from fights and confrontations, because this, I ain't never seen this Cece before. This was interesting. This was interesting. I'm like, I cannot wait till the next episode to find out how it's all gonna play out. But like, next episode, everybody's gonna get into it. But this episode, my favorite scene was that scene when Cece was up there just going off on Evelyn. I mean, she found her spine. She found her spine. She got bold. She grew some balls. I was like, okay, go ahead, Cece.